Alright, welcome to another day of Ether Raids. We're taking on Japanese Brahmamon player here, and we're going to use the Shez team once again. This one should be pretty straightforward. It's just a group of units in the back there chilling out. Not like the most invested defense, so we're just going to go ahead and take our time, break through the structures here, and get the enemy team off the board. The pots are pretty much spread in the front, so it shouldn't be too much of a struggle to get there. And then from there, we'll finish off the enemy team. Now, this is the team. Remember when Serta used to be like really good?
Am I needed?
I still think he's good because of the chip damage.
It's empty.
I think that's probably why they didn't give him a refine, because it would probably have been too strong. But no, they were giving out like really bad refines back then, so I don't see why they couldn't have just given him one of the really bad refines. But I think they've waited too long now, so anything that they give him, it's probably going to be really good. If he gets to refine at all. I think every unit that they've skipped is never getting a refine. Basically what they'll probably do is just release an updated version of that unit instead of refining them. Which just makes the most logical sense, because they've waited so long to do the refines. I haven't seen them go back and retroactively do a refine on a unit that's been skipped so far. So my only thought process is that they're just never going to get a refine. There's really no there's really no point in like refining Reinhardt at this point, because you'd have to give him so much for him to be good. That is the refine really valuable? The refine would be too valuable for a unit that's going to be in the regular pool. So yeah, I don't see them doing that.
Good morning.
In any case, I was finally able to get that new Sanaki, and my god, is she fantastic. My opinion is that she's basically power crept Yoon. So Yoon, how you normally deal with Yoon is that you just have no follow-up and a ton of DR. Because Flyer, she can't pierce DR. You basically win once you can stop her from killing you. Or once you can make sure that she's not hitting you twice. Because typically how Yoon gets kills is because she hits you twice. And because the number is so high, because she's getting so many stats from the dominance, and everything else that her C skill and weapon does, it's usually enough to get the kill. But she pretty much has fallen off just because of the fact that there's so much damage reduction going around, and no follow-up is pretty much everywhere. So she's only going to hit once unless there's a triangle attack, and even so, you probably just have like deflect magic or something to resolve that problem. Or even just have Miracle behind her, behind your unit, so that even if she does hit twice, you still come back to life. But Sanaki, this dual Sanaki, she hits so hard.
I can handle
like the only unit that really like survives, Blue, Hector, Brave Hector, and maybe Idun, because she has a lot of res. But aside, she's basically Hector 2.0. But aside from that, yeah, you're pretty much dead. Like she one-shots Summer Fjorm. One-shot Summer Fjorm through Ice Mirror. That's crazy. Like the Ice Mirror doesn't even matter. She just one-shots through the Ice Mirror. Not even the Brave hit is needed. Just one-shot Summer Fjorm through the Ice Mirror. That is terrifying. That is way too strong for a unit. And really what makes her so strong is the fact that she is able to pierce damage reduction. And if Yoon had that in her anywhere, maybe even just her B slot, Yoon would be much more terrifying as a unit. But this Cav that can move 3 spaces it's just like, if you didn't pull her, be prepared to see her literally everywhere. Because in the higher tiers, I'm pretty sure that like everyone there knows how good she is. So you're gonna be seeing this dual Sanaki pretty much everywhere, in Ether Raids, in Summoner Duels, in AR. You're gonna be seeing this unit everywhere because she hits so hard. And the thing is, when you could have deflect, oh my god, when you could have deflect magic against an Endurin or Yoon or any magic unit that hits twice, like the T Lysithia or even the Cav Lysithia, the Harmonic Lysithia, you could have your deflect magic to survive the second hit. You can't do that with this dual Sanaki. But yeah, man, this match is done. We're gonna jump to the next one because I have the extra one here. Alright, so we're in another match here against a Japanese Trianja player. This one is actually going to be quite challenging because of how well designed this map is, and the fact that these middle two rows are completely blocked off by the mountain. Well, not completely. If you had a flyer, you could fly over there, but I don't have a team with a flyer, so I can't do that. Probably this is something that you want to use Golvig for. If you have Golvig and Hinoka would do really well here. Really nice Adun. There's a Sanaki that I was talking about in the last match. You're going to be seeing more of her. The neutralized armor effectiveness on Tiki, which is a fantastic pick, alongside the Miracle, because she's going to be getting hit twice, and the fact that she's not counterattacking is the right choice to go for with that Tiki. I'm thinking of trying to hit and run this because I don't have any way to approach from melee range and then try to successfully get out. Hopefully these spots over here will be far enough, because yeah, this is a lot of range here. Really, the threat is based off the Sanaki. If Sanaki wasn't there, then I'd probably try to tank this, because Summer Furum can survive that Claude. But she cannot live that Sanaki, which is terrifying in the sense that there's going to be a unit that's going to come out and is going to be able to live a hit from this Sanaki and neutralize penalty. I don't know how strong that unit's going to have to be able to live a hit from the Sanaki, unless it's going to be some type of neutralized penalties thing or some type of drive penalty neutralization type thing. But isn't that like what? No, Peony doesn't. Peony neutralizes the penalties, but the penalties are still there. So unless it's going to be something that completely wipes penalties mid-phase, I don't know, because it has to be mid-phase, because that's how the ploy skills work. They happen when the start of enemy phase. Really? No, yeah, the start of enemy phase for whichever team. It's not the start of turn. It's not a start of turn skill is what I'm saying, the ploy skills. So for you to be able to counter that, you're going to need something that starts when ploy starts, or something that starts at the start of turn that neutralizes, like completely neutralizes penalties for the turn, which has to be on a mythic or a legendary. That's the only way that would make sense. Maybe from the new banner, maybe from the new book. Maybe they'll do that in the new book, depending on where they go to. Or maybe they just release one super busted infantry unit that can do all of that. Because this dual Sanaki is going to be... she's worse than Wind Tribe Claude because of the extra movement, because of the Cav movement.
Maybe this way.
I don't know what to do about her. Oh my god. Like, I was saying in the other video that she kills Summer Fjorm through Ice Mirror, which is basically Aegis. If she's killing you through Aegis, problems. That's a big problem. You can probably set it up where you don't have units around you, and she's getting less of her weapon effect, because it's based off the number of units around and whether or not they have penalties, and also just based off the number of penalties altogether. But for a map like this, you can see he has the Bright Shrine, the Dark Shrine, debuffs from Triandra, debuffs from pretty much most of the units here. It's very hard to avoid getting penalties on you. We can't kill the Adun, which I expected. She's very bulky, so we'll probably have to initiate on the Tiki, which that's the Miracle right there. I was hoping to at least get one of them off the board, but also it's going to be very difficult to escape because of Kanto control. And even if I am gonna, try to escape, I don't think I have enough spaces here because the dance really what you would need for this is isolation. But I don't have Milla, so I can't isolate the Triandra.
Really?
The dance from Triandra is going to allow Claude, because he has the lowest range, he's going to basically be able to cover everywhere that Tsunaki can cover, plus
Leave it to us.
maybe more. I don't know. We'll see. But this Claude is going to be able to get pretty far. Hopefully these spaces here in the corner are safe. I don't know. But I'm just going to try to get the defense moving and then see what happens from there, because I don't have any other choices there. Alright, I think this is what we're going to have to do for this turn. I have to swap the peonies around because they're not in the positions that I need them to be in order to take this on. So we're going to have to burn another turn here. Just to see if we can survive.
Really?
Really just trying to give myself the best chance of winning this here.
Maybe this way.
So this is it. Because the Kanto won, I'm gonna probably need that. So let's do this. Just to get rid of some of the debuffs, or just to have it off the map, Maybe I could have melee range. It all depends on what direction Claude goes. In terms of whether or not the strategy that I'm doing here works. I don't know where he's gonna go. If he goes to the left, I should be fine. But if he goes right, we might have a problem.
Of course.
So here we go.
Let's go! Aha! I have foreseen victory. Ha! Like the wind.
Alright, everything going to plan so far. This is why I needed the Kanto 1 on Peony, so that she could go into that spot there. And then we do one more reposition, and hopefully I've got the range right, because this is as far back as I can go. All the other spots are going to be threatened by Claude after the dance, so let's see what happens here. Go left. Ooh. Warp. Yep. About what I thought. Oh man. Yeah, I didn't have any other options there. This is a very, very well designed map. I love this because of how well it chases. I might copy this, see if I can get this to work on a different map.
Really?
Because there are really no safe spaces with this design. And especially if they got like stuff in the back row, they're gonna not be able to escape. I think this is also based on how strong the nukes are as well, because if I could have, as I said, if I could have tanked this Claude, if it was just Claude, I would have just tried to tank this, but the Tsunaki here makes it not possible. But yeah, man, GG's, man. This was a really, really well designed map. I'm gonna copy this, I think. Alright, this is our third match for the day, and we're taking on Garde here, and we're gonna use the Shez Force again. This is also another nice map, made threatening by the Claude here and the Asker. And then you have legendary Azura in the corner there as the dancer, who is going to do something pretty cool. A cool interaction with the... what is this? Brave Corrin. Because Corrin is going to end their turn and do the veins stone thing, and then get danced, and then what's his face? Asker is going to be able to jump it'll be cool. But yeah, no near save on this one because he does have 2 bulky units, which is why I went with the melee team. Because we can pretty much break New Year's Ash or pretty much anyone else here with the units that we have. I think this should be good. The range, there's going to be a range extension is basically what I'm saying here. It should, because I don't have Milla, so it's going to happen on the next turn. So this spot here that the peony is in, I'm going to have to move. We're either going to initiate with Shez or Carla, but because Carla is green, I'm probably going to go with Carla instead of the speed-based damage. We're going to initiate from the defense style. So I am going to need either a reposition or something. Stick it up there. The pots are going to be a little bit challenging because they're all the way in the back. But we should be able to get through this nonetheless. Here it comes. And that's the dance there. And let me show you the extra range here. There it is. And that's well, if he had the other guidance skill, the one that's for flyers, Claude would have been able to reach there too. But as you can see, it's only dual Asker. But yeah, that's pretty good. You could probably bait Asker here, but if you bait Asker, then Claude will move and then get danced, which is a problem. You don't want Claude getting 3 movements. It's not good. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is take out the dancer because she is the most threatening unit to basically this map. As powerful as the nukes are, if they can't reach you, then you're good to go. So I'm gonna target the dancer here, which is where having near save would have been a better option because I wouldn't be able to do this. But the map itself is still a nice design because it does give you a lot of threat range.
What is it? You must focus.
This, and I think we only get cancel 2. No cancel control, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway. We still be able to move around on this map. Which peony do I dance with? And then we're just gonna back like pretty much all the way up.
Of course.
Because Ash is gonna be the only one that will allow them to warp, and Ash can only probably warp. Well, she can't warp any of the range units to a spot that will be threatening. So we're flying either way. Regardless of where she moves to. Alright, so I wasn't even done talking about Sanaki. Yeah, she's gonna be everywhere. Look out for that. Especially depending on how many people pull on the... Well, it's a brave unit. So I'm pretty sure everyone is gonna pull on the banner. If you haven't pulled for her, you probably should. I'd highly recommend it. Heather is nice, but I'm gonna be honest, if you're against the catcher ball with that Sanaki on it, Heather is not really gonna help you at all. I'm gonna keep testing just to see what we can probably come up with to counter her, but at the moment, she just hits way too hard. Oh, she has guard, doesn't she? Did I not meet the attack check? That's crazy. But yeah, Sanaki just hits way too hard. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Like, basically what it means is that tanking is you're not tanking anything. Like, if you see Sanaki, you're just not gonna be able to tank. That's 2 things: Sanaki and Claude, and probably Golvig now. That's like 3 things that's just gonna be everywhere. It's good for defense in the sense that you have threats, but it's kind of bad for offense because people thought they were going to be able to tank again, but that's really not the case. What I was going to do is I've literally already put her on defense for Anima next season, so that's like not even a question. But what I was going to do is that map that I just played earlier. I wanted to see if I can try to, because Hit and Run, as I said, I don't remember, when did I say this? I don't remember, but Hit and Run is like really, really strong, and that map seems to be a really good,
What is it?
that map design seems to be a really good counter to that. It really is dependent on the dancer, because if the dancer isn't there, then Sanaki would just go all the way down and kind of just be in no man's land, and then Claude wouldn't be able to jump. Maybe if you had two dancers, you could probably solve that problem, but it's also pretty dependent on the saves, because if you can break through Idun and the near save and the far save, it doesn't matter who they are. If you can break through them, then that map isn't as strong.
It's empty.
Isn't as strong as it could be.
I can handle it.
I'm gonna look at it some more just to see what I can do with it. We're pretty good here. Again, this is the downside of the Shez. It's so hard to get Gale Force off on her. No charges there. Even with the Heavy Blade, I got nothing.
Of course.
Go there. And I gotta get the pots as well. So we're probably gonna use Ira because she has the most movement. We're gonna leave
Ready.
Horn for last.
You ready?
I wonder if they're gonna allow Flyers to have DR piercing, because if Yoon has DR piercing, that's brand new life right there. She's gonna be a whole new unit.
Good morning.
Which is again very scary. Hopefully they don't do that anytime soon, because I don't think the game is ready. But yeah, I was saying that it's probably going to be like some type of drive skill or some type of start a turn buff that will allow penalty neutralization, because where the game is going right now is like very penalty based. And Peony isn't like gonna be able to stop it. If the unit can like take buffs or penalties or has dominance. Dominance is very strong. I'm very disappointed in the fact that they didn't give the ability to pierce damage reduction to Ursula, the Kadean Ursula. But then again, that banner was pretty much all about movement. Whereas this is a Brave banner, which is all about hitting twice, and they've kind of put a warping thing in there as well, but it's really about just hitting Brave. But Ursula, that's really the only thing that Ursula needs to be good, to be able to pierce DR. And probably Tempo as well, because she's sometimes not able to get the special, but if she can just pierce DR, because she has dominance in her weapon, she'll be a lot better as a nuke, which is one of the reasons I just can't use her, because he has the... Unless you're gonna pair her, even if you pair her with T like Cynthia, sometimes she just doesn't do enough damage, which is sad. She has the Desperation and the Brave, but... and she's just like one of my favorite units in terms of range calves, the design, everything. I just love what they've done with that unit.
Yes.
Most of the units on that banner really want tempo. Even the Nino. I was trying to get an extra copy of Veil so I could give attack res tempo 4 to Veil, but it just failed to the Kile and Nino, but it just didn't work out. So hopefully I can get like hopefully it's good. Well, normally they don't put skills like that in the regular pool for a really long time, so it was either that or the null follow-up, but she really just needs the tempo more. She needs the tempo more than the null follow-up. I ended up giving her a special spiral just to use her on defense for just a little bit, just to have some fun, but she really needs that tempo to be a good unit. I want to get this kill with Shez, so probably going to put some drive buffs in here from the Peonies just to give some extra attack and speed. This Attune Peony is really good as a support unit because she gives so much stats, like so many stats. If you partner her like I did in the week with
I can handle it.
Summer Fjord, or just any God Sword or God Lance, whatever, you benefit so much from the amount of in combat stats that she gives, and there you have it. I'm able to outspeed the Corn because of it. So we're gonna take this. and we're gonna get ready for Grand 24. Jesus, we're gonna get ready for Grand Conquest after this because that's my favorite game mode. GG's.